Alright, welcome to another episode of Takoyaki Party. I'm your host, Osaka Joe. I think that's my name. DJ Soymilk's not here. She's off in Japan, frolicking in Japan, having a good time. Instead, I have a brand new co-host. What is your name?
Hello, my name is Jonishi Highway. I work on Tap and Subs with Joe. You might have seen my names in some of the videos. And Soymilk is not here. That's bad news for people who are hoping to hear her. I mean, I guess if it makes you feel any better, I also ship Sayamiruki, so hopefully that makes up for it a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know, man. I feel like because the female presence, like people like female fans. You got big shoes to fill. I'm pretty sure no one really likes me.
Wait, what do you mean? Like nobody likes you because of Sayamiruki, or?
No. Like compared to DJ Soymilk and her feminine charm.
I don't know if I'm as likable as Soymilk, but I'll try not to be too annoying.
And I was saying that I'm not that well liked either, so we're in the same boat.
I hope not.
Okay, So first we want to start with corrections from the last show. I believe I said that Miruki didn't greet somebody from SKE, or didn't use Keigo properly, and what actually happened was, and this is on an episode of AKB to Chome Chome, Miruki, or I think they were trying to talk about who they want to challenge, and Miruki picked SKE, and they asked, "Oh, why did you pick SKE?" And Miruki said, "Oh, there was a girl from SKE who was talking to me, and she complained that her kohai, or her how would you say it? Underclassman?"
Underclassman, yeah, sounds right, like someone who came after her.
Yeah. They didn't greet her. They didn't greet the SKE member properly, and she got all mad. And so Miruki got mad at the SKE member.
Yeah.
It's widely speculated that it's Junina.
Is it widely speculated on the Japanese forums?
Yeah.
I can kind of see that, I guess. I mean, Junina's been in the business for a really long time, so.
Yeah, I'm just leaving it out there. I'm not gonna form any opinion on it.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
we have no proof. We have no proof on this. This is just other people speculating. It's not even us speculating.
yeah, otherwise the SKE members might get mad at me, or the SKE fans.
I also like SKE, not as much as NMB, but
Yeah, you might get mad at me, and then this podcast is over.
it's just two of us fighting.
Yeah. I know. Another thing I wanted to mention is, DJ Soymilk said that Konomin is really into enoki mushrooms. It's not that she's necessarily into enoki mushrooms, but somebody said she looked like an enoki mushroom, and then she just took that and ran away with it.
Yeah, I feel like for a lot of these girls, it's really important that, like, not too long after they debut, like, they find some kind of, like, character to fit in. Like, it doesn't even have to be something that's, like, that really fits in, but if someone says you look like a mushroom, sometimes it's better to just keep that character. Not every girl gets to have one.
Yeah, that is true. I know some girls still struggle to find their character. For example, Yuki Tsun, she keeps saying she likes white rice, but I don't know where that's going. Some people have these confusing characters like Terumi, who wants to be like this California girl, and it's just not working out.
Do you consider Udon to be a successful example of that, or?
I think that's a successful extreme example. Like, not everybody can do that.
Yeah, I would say Lemon is the best one.
Who?
Lemon, fresh lemon.
Oh, for a while I thought Udon was better, but then I heard in the Wine special that Lemon just destroyed her. So.
What do you mean destroyed her? Like
in terms of character.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I hated Lemon's character at first. It took me a really long time. No, but I like her now. I like her a lot. It's one of those things. I don't know. Like, I guess the more I disliked her, but now I love Lemon.
Well, to be honest, she actually gained a lot more depth to her character. Before, that's like all she would ever do.
Yeah.
But now she actually knows like some certain comedy routines and stuff.
Yeah, and they actually used her on a lot of like shows, like not just idol shows. Like, her character is actually pretty accepted right now. Yeah.
Well, sort of. You saw that picture of the baseball game, right?
Yeah, I saw it. She didn't do too bad of a job. I mean,
Well, I mean, like when she walked on the screen, there was that American player that just like he's just like, oh my god,
oh,
what
yeah,
like what
yeah.
is going on here? I'll post a picture
What
on.
team was he on? Was he on
Well,
Henshin or Hiroshima?
he's on Hiroshima.
Okay.
I'll post a picture later on the Tumblr. Speaking of which, you can find us on Tumblr. I've been posting a lot of quick translations, so follow us there.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, follow me there. You can follow Jonishi Highway on Teppen subs.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really have much of a reason to have my own Tumblr because almost everything I make, I just post it on Teppen subs anyway.
You know, somebody's been like reposting my stuff on Teppen subs, and like I mean, I don't mind, but I think I only posted like
Oh, that's not you?
No, it's not me.
Okay. I don't mind. I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't mind either, but I'm just saying
yeah.
like it kind of seems weird, you know, because I kind of want to keep it separate.
Mm,
Oh, whatever.
yeah. It's
I'll,
not me.
I only posted the podcasts,
Uh,
the links to the podcast, but like all the other like spot translations, like I didn't repost them. So
okay.
whatever it is, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, that'll wrap it up for our corrections. Now we're gonna switch things up. We're gonna move on to like any comments and emails we got. Unfortunately, we did not get very many comments this time around.
We did get an email though.
We did get an email from our fan, or not our fan, maybe NMB's fan, Convenience. I've actually known her for a while, I think. I forgot why.
She makes posts on Stage 48 a lot.
She used to follow my blog, which was Number One.
Uh,
And I think I talked to her a lot during there was that competition on Google Plus to like win a trip to see the election.
oh, did either of you win?
I actually won.
Whoa!
This is
Whoa.
Gingham Czech election.
Well, it's still pretty good. Yeah.
But I remember talking to her a lot, I think, during that time. Because at the time there weren't that many NMB fans. And if they're like, I joke about how like all NMB is nowadays is like, or among the international community is Sayamiruki.
Yeah.
But back then, like, if you were a Sayamiruki fan, you were like, that was still rare.
Oh, because no one really knew them? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's about when I got into AKB, like, in general, like the Genkai Czech era. So, like, I honestly didn't really know NMB until much later.
Yeah, so if you were like a Sayamiruki fan, you were still rare, as opposed to now when like what Sayaka's like the next big thing or whatever. Anyway, Convenience was a big Sayaka fan, and she wrote a letter to us talking about why she likes Sayaka so much.
Huh?
So I'll read it because Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. Jonishi Highway did not want to read it.
I'll leave up to you.
The letter starts, Dear Osaka Joe and DJ Soymilk. Well, unfortunately, DJ Soymilk's not here. You didn't even get any shoutouts. I'm sorry, man.
That's cool.
Thank you for your entertaining podcast. I really enjoy it. I suppose DJ Soymilk is away now, but do send my regards to her as well. Hope she has a fantastic time in Japan. Anyway, about when I chose my Oshi, I do have a story behind it. As most people know, my Oshi is Sayane. I first got to know her from AKB's Everyday Kachusha when it came out. Back then, I was still quite into AKB, but still pretty new, but I was pretty sure I knew all the Senbatsu members and even most of the undergirls. However, I saw this strange girl who was sitting in between Achan and Jurina in the PV. I was completely baffled because I had no idea who she was. At that time, I did not even find her attractive. Okay? Well then. She did look interesting, but to be honest, I found her kind of strange looking at first, lol. So that was the point I first got to know Sayane, but it was not from there that I chose her as my Oshi. It was a little later on when I saw a friend either on Facebook or Twitter mention about how there was this fierce new Sayaka in NMB. That time I was an Akimoto Sayaka Oshi, and the idea of a fierce new girl somehow piqued my interest. Then I went over to the forums to find out more about her. I learned several things about her, but what stood out to me was how she was formerly in a band as an electric guitarist. I thought, wow, that's really cool, and started listening to music by that band. The band's called Mad Cats. And I got to really like Sayane's voice from there. And I think it was from that point I decided to make her my NMB Oshi. If I remember properly, it took me just a week to become a fan of hers. I did what a lot of fans may actually find as distasteful now, because if you notice, I did not get to know other NMB members when I decided on Sayane. I did get to know others later. I was just absolutely sure about Sayane being my Oshi, and I guess I wasn't wrong about that since more than 3 years later now I've just grown to learn and appreciate her more, and she's still my Oshi. Sorry, it's kind of long, but this is my story.
Ooh, you know, I actually have a Mad Catz CD. Yeah,
Like,
it's a single of theirs. I
like
forgot.
legit, like on plastic.
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty easy to find actually. You can still just order from Amazon or something. It's not expensive at all.
yeah, I saw it on Amazon, like the what's it called? I think I found it on like the British Amazon. I'm like,
The British Amazon.
I can't really order it from there. Not that I
uh,
wanted it, but
yeah, ordering. It's so hard to be an Idol fan and then try to order stuff from online. It's just.
yeah, you have to pay like $30
Yeah, I don't know.
for
I don't
shipping.
understand why they don't make it easier for us to give them money.
Well, I don't know. They make it hard for us to subtitle their videos and have them gain fans. So
I mean, I could kind of understand that. I mean, but still, yeah.
so
Convenience. This video, yeah, it's a pretty good letter. I mean, Sayaka, I like how she was pretty unique back then, I think. The whole fierce new Sayaka.
well, it was kind of hard back then because we didn't have a lot of information. We
Yeah.
had Star Hime and we had Docking 48, which really isn't something people watch to know more about the girls. It's just a show that happens to have them on, right?
Yeah, I think NMB as a whole kind of debuted as kind of like with the fierce image. Probably because Sayaka was in the front, and then she was, I guess, for lack of a better word, she was really fierce.
Well, it's just something I guess that's characteristic of Osaka. Like they're always loud and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But we didn't have DMM back then, so it wasn't until like well into I think the second stage of Team N that we
Uh,
actually got DMMs.
how long
So
was the second stage on for? Because I know they went back to doing the first one for like at the end.
yeah, I don't remember.
Uh, oh well, we can look it up.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Anyway, like we didn't get DMMs for a while, so it was really hard to follow any of the other girls.
Hmm.
So I guess that's why it was a big deal if you're a Sayaka fan. What else was there? I remember buying the theater version of that single. I bought like a secondhand one of Katyusha just because it had Sayaka in it.
Uh, why?
I
Did
don't
it come
know.
with anything?
No, it didn't. Well, because it's secondhand, so it's only like $4.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't collect things. I don't collect photos or any of that. I can't go to any theater or any handshake events from the U.S.
You are going to win, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. But
Lucky.
that was like a what is it? That required planning.
Yeah,
This
I
one,
still need to plan my trip.
this one was just like, oh, there's a single out, an AKB single. Like, oh, I want it. Like, oh, let's look at the covers. I like this one. Let's this cover better. Oh, it's the theater version. Okay, I'll just buy that.
So is that when you started liking NMB?
Mm, I
Maybe a
don't know.
little
I
later
feel
on.
I feel like there's always these like small things that contribute to like me liking NMB.
Yeah.
That wasn't really one of them. Although I remember liking Sayaka because on Star Hime they had that clip of her singing Bird, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
Mm,
And at the time I was kind of like, since they lip sync all the time, I'm just like, eh. But then she sang Bird, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Like she can actually sing.
yeah, she is good. I feel like her version of that song is now like the definitive version. I mean, that's gonna offend some Takamina fans,
So maybe
possibly.
like all of them.
All of them, maybe, but Sayaka did a great job with the song.
Like, and they always do like these these shuffles where it's like Takamina, and then there's Akane or what's her
Yeah,
name, Churi,
Chidi.
and Sayaka, and they'd all sing it together. But it's
Hmm.
kind of weird because like, they'd only sing the abbreviated version for the
Yeah, because
concert.
like only basically only Takamina got to sing like the actual verses. Like the two other girls were just they just joining in for the chorus, right?
Yeah, it'd be so much cooler if like
Yeah.
they actually got to sing because I think they're all good singers. I don't know. I've never heard Chudi sing.
Okay, I'm a big Chudi fan, but probably not for her singing.
I thought she was good though. That's what I heard. Well, I didn't hear her, but I heard.
I don't know. I like her for a lot of other things, but I feel like honestly her singing it's not bad, but like on the SKE stage, she gets solo songs once in a while. She's not a bad singer, but I wouldn't put her up on Sayaka's level. Doesn't mean I don't like Chili. I'm a huge Chili fan. I probably like her more than Sayaka, to be honest.
Ooh. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. She's in NMB.
She is an NMB. That make me really happy because then my loyalty doesn't have to be like split as much.
Well, one of my friends is a big Shige fan and found out that she wasn't in the new HKT thing. It was like, oh, it doesn't matter. I hate HKT. Good thing she's in NMB. I was like,
Oh, really?
dude. Anyway, thank you, Convenience, for your letter, for your email.
It's a great email. Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll get more emails about things. I feel bad because that one guy, Giraffe, he had a good email. He sounded like he's really into the show.
Yeah.
And then he didn't leave another email. I was all excited too.
Oh, well, hopefully he'll leave another one.
Yeah, hopefully, if he's still listening, maybe he got tired of us.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thanks to Convenience, we'll be taking letters, comments. You can post you can message me on Tumblr or Twitter. At the appropriate sites. The theme for the next email will be, what is your favorite song? And that's very simple because I think we're trying to stretch too much. So what's your favorite song? Man, I put you on the question. I'll put you on the spot just like that.
It's so hard. I can't. I don't have an answer. What's your favorite song?
Okay, so you're asking me like, when did I really get an NMB? One of the key reasons was I really liked Junjo Under 19.
Oh.
Because I feel like that was like really key in like separating their music. Like it wasn't typical idol stuff.
It was not typical idol stuff at all. I feel like that era and also Virginity. I feel like those songs. It's not like Nagiichi where it's typical idol song.
Yeah.
Yeah, those songs have personality for sure.
Yeah, it was like really cool. Like the outfits were really gaudy, like Osaka, like all glittery gold. The dance was pretty cool. And the lyrics are funny, kind of. I thought they were funny. You don't talk about iron panties all day.
Oh yeah, that did kind of make me. I was like, what? I think the first time I heard the song, it was like at the end of an episode of AK Bingo, and they just kind of showed it, and that was a little weird. Iron panties.
Yeah, that was probably like the big thing coming out of that.
Yeah.
Out of that single, but I mean, for me, I thought it was really good. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite right now, but it's definitely one of the reasons why I started following NMB a lot more than the other groups. So email us with your favorite song. Let us know why it's your favorite song. I guess it could be any song. Could be a stage song, I guess. Could be a single. Could be a B-side.
Oh yeah, by the way, my name, Jonishi Highway, that's kind of making a not so funny pun on one of the stage songs, in case people didn't notice. Do you know which song it is?
Something Highway.
Yeah, Jonetsu Highway, I think.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
M3. It's not funny at all. I'm not funny, but
well, not with that attitude. Yeah. Jeez.
I think a lot of you actually didn't like that song. Or rather, the costumes they wore.
Yeah, I don't like those costumes. I don't like the fuzzy stuff.
It was on a very flashy end of costumes.
Like, they don't even wear those hats anymore, I don't think.
They don't? I liked it.
I mean, it's just, to me, everything's just so gaudy. I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So email us that. Next, we'll move on to news.
News.
Alright, in news, we're going to cover, I guess, what NMB's been up to lately for this past week or so.
It's quite a few things.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like we just come up with things, but...
I mean, this week's, a lot of these actually happened. They were pretty special, I would think. Yeah, so you want to go ahead and start?
Alright, so first, the SSA concerts, the Saitama Super Arena concerts that happen in spring, also known as Haru-Con, are releasing on Blu-ray and DVD.
That's pretty rare, right? For NMB to release something in actual Blu-ray format.
I don't think it's by NMB though.
Oh, it's not?
I think it's by like AKS or whatever, because you can only get it on the AKB48 shop, or I guess I got it through Amazon, which is selling from the AKB48 shop.
Yeah, that would explain it. Yeah.
No, what's BS is that I only wanted the NMB concert, right?
Oh, right.
And you can only, if you only want one of the concerts, right? Because it was an SK and HKT concert. If you only want one of the concerts, you can only get it on DVD. If you want Blu-ray, you have to buy the whole thing.
Yeah, they did it last year too, or something similar.
So I'm really mad. Yeah. Oh yeah, they did it for the Saitama Super Arena, I think.
Yeah, last year it was like, if you wanted the NMB one, it's gonna come with the NMB concert and the AKB concert. And if you want SKE, it's SKE with AKB. Yeah. It's the same AKB concert. It's just you have to pay extra for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because Giraffe, when he mentioned in the last email, I was trying to find it, and I was like, I don't want to buy like an entire like Blu-ray set just for one Blu-ray.
Like, it's not so bad if they just release an extra big collection that has all the concerts. You know, that wouldn't make me feel as bad.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I ended up ordering the Blu-ray. Zeroshiki on the Stage 48, who's like a really big NMB fan, he said the Kamonegi's performance was really good. Like, they did cartwheels and stuff, and they had the composer of the song actually playing the piano in the background. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
NMB does seem to have a lot of girls capable of doing cartwheels. Miyuki does it all the time. Sayaka's done it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I saw Hako's cartwheel during an end roll, and that was not very good.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
I think Hako's starting to build her own character as like a girl who's not necessarily good at anything.
She's actually really good at things, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Also in news, there was a handshake event this past weekend, and Yamada Nana had to. I think she left.
She got injured, didn't she?
No, she didn't get injured, but they said like because of problems with her throat, she had to leave, and they took her to the hospital. And one thing that was funny, right, is that Cameron, or Kaneko, who's the manager for NMB, he said, due to complications with Nana's throat, like, you can't hear her beautiful voice. I was like, alright, man.
Yamada Nana dish.
Yeah, you can't hear that. So beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's also written, like, super seriously, too, like in Keigo and everything.
Oh, you mean Cameron? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Like, he's one of the best things about NMB.
Yeah, his Google Plus is like, if there's ever a performance, like, his Google Plus has the best pictures, so.
Yeah.
Add him to Google Plus.
So, I guess also another news. Miruki was on a radio show, Listen, last week. And I guess, did she send out like a mobile mail? Is that how she made the announcement?
I don't remember, actually.
I think it's, she said to the fans that she was going to make an announcement, so to listen to the show. But it wasn't really an announcement. It was, she kind of pulled off a Koji Haru. She's like, oh, I'm going to graduate, but not really. Yeah.
So what ended up being, what really happened is nothing.
Yeah, but Listen is I'm gonna say, I think it's based in Kanto, because it's 90%, they usually just have like AKB guests, or sometimes SKE, so like I was actually a little surprised that Miruki was gonna do a show. And it's a really long show too, it's almost 2 hours each episode.
Yeah, she showed up with Matsui Rena, right?
Yeah, except like Lena wasn't there. She wasn't there until like 40 minutes into the show. So for the first 40 minutes, it was just Miruki talking. Yeah, it's kind of a tall order. Yeah, talking by yourself. Yeah,
yeah, but that's why I need to call you in for this podcast. No one wants to hear me talk by myself. Yeah.
But it was a really good show. There were a lot of fan service, I would say.
Well then.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a listen. Like I'm not gonna say exactly what lines they said, because that's just gonna ruin it for everyone. But I definitely recommend listening to it. We can probably like drop a link like somewhere with this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can listen to it. It's Miruki and Lena.
Yeah. Speaking of fan service, what the heck is this other news item that you have going on?
Yeah, this is also an item I added to the list. Miruki was featured in UTB, like a magazine. It's like a gravure magazine, and she had a really, really sexy photo shoot.
Is this the one where she's in the kimono?
Yeah, it's a yukata, right? Or I don't really know the difference, but
yeah, me neither.
Yeah, it's like she's wearing, but not really wearing.
Yeah. Well, I remember there was this one shot, right, where they just like they took a picture of like her chest and her legs, and like you can't even see her face, and I'm just like, that's such a bad picture. Like, why would you do that?
I don't know why you're not a fan of gravure, but I am.
No, I'm just saying, but like, I don't know, like if you're gonna take a picture of a nice girl, people like the girl because of her face. You gotta have the face in there.
That's true.
How do you fish people with just like I don't know.
Yeah, and also the magazine, they also did this thing where it had 3 possible posters to come with it, and Miruki is just one of the posters, and basically you just they want you to buy all the copies of the magazine just for a chance to get the poster that you want. It's such a cheap marketing strategy. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but like the other 2 versions are Sakura from HKT and Kojimako from AKB. So like if you happen to like all 3 of them, then I guess you're lucky. You can just buy the magazine and whatever comes is good for you. But personally, I had to. I went on to I think Yahoo auctions, and there's people who are just selling that poster. Yeah, it's safer that way because I have bad luck. I don't trust myself to get the poster I want.
Yeah, I had friends who went to the AKB cafe.
Yeah.
In Akiba, and when you ordered a drink, it came with a coaster.
Yeah.
And the coaster would be random. And they really wanted like certain coasters, right? So they ordered like 8 drinks.
Oh, is that how it works?
And then like so they had like 8 pineapple juices or something. And then like my other friends were mad. They're like, "Oh, why'd you order so many drinks? Like if you just go down the street to the secondhand store, you could just get whatever coaster you want." So just a reminder to all you Idol fans, you gotta be very good to your wallet.
Yeah, unless you just feel really lucky.
Did this UTB also have Shu in it? No, right?
I think she was one of the girls, yeah, but there wasn't like a Shu poster or anything, unfortunately.
Because I wanted to mention that Shu's gravure has been getting a lot of attention.
On the Japanese forums, I think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of how she's grown. Specifically in the upper body area.
Right.
We'll just leave it at that. But yeah. I just want to say that she's exploding.
I don't know what to add to that.
Onto the scene.
Yeah. All right. Next topic.
All right. So you actually subbed the Sayaka interview on AKB48 show. I was gonna do it, but luckily you said you were.
Yeah, Sayaka was it was the Takamina's lecture room, and this time it's Sayaka's turn to go into it to be lectured. Yeah, it was a pretty serious talk.
Yeah, I saw a couple minutes of it.
Yeah, I think it really showed how serious she is. I'm not really, like, I like idols because they provide entertainment, and this was a really serious talk.
Yeah, for me, the part I remember the most is when they were talking about graduation. And it's like, I think Takamina asked Sayaka, like, have you ever thought about graduation or talked about it?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, actually, I never talked about it. I never really considered it.
Yeah.
And then Takamina was like, oh, you should actually start talking about it, or like find conditions to when you graduate, so that when you actually graduate, people will be able to accept it more easily. And I'm like, oh, man, that's some serious business.
Yeah, right? Especially coming from her, because Takamina is just like, people have been expecting her to graduate for a really long time because, like she got started on her solo career, like, was it 2 years ago? I want to say. So. Yeah. But then, like, instead of, going off on her own career, she stayed with AKB to, like, watch over it, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like her solo single. Like, I really liked the no sleeve stuff, but then the solo single just, I don't know, just wasn't for me. So I don't know if she still has it in her to become solo artist.
Yeah,
maybe she'll.
it was her dream, I guess, to be a solo artist.
I think they just waited way too long so that like when the time by the time her turn came, like it was over.
Yeah, I think a lot of Takamina fans have been asking for her second single, and it just never came.
Isn't it coming soon?
I don't know. Is it? It could be.
I don't know. Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine, or my guess is as good as yours. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that'd be cool if she gets another single. Yeah.
All right, moving down the news list. Genkai Toppa aired last week.
Yeah, the show's title, it means to kind of break your limit, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good episode. You learn a lot about certain members.
Yeah, basically, like, each member would bring in one of their special skills, and then they will kind of just show off their skill, and the hosts would decide if that performance broke the limit or not.
Yeah. Or sometimes they would learn a new skill too.
Yeah.
Like Nana in the first episode learned how to do like sword fighting for action scenes.
Oh, like kendo, that kind of sword fighting.
Like when you watch like on TV when they do like sword fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
Like she like did something like that.
That's cool. Yeah.
But this last episode I think was really good.
I liked it a lot. Yeah.
First of all, like I was joking about Shu and like how she's gotten a lot of attention. She's also like a really bratty character, so I was really surprised when she said she's gonna play the piano, right?
Yeah.
And like when the song started, she was playing what is it, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that's whatever. Like I can't believe you went. And then like she explodes into this like super skilled like rendition. I'm just like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah, like the song, like the first verse, it didn't sound, I guess, too impressive, but then her fingers just started flying.
Yeah, I was just like, man, where did this person come from? Like,
yeah, and Akane was also there, and Keiichi was there. Oh god, Keiichi, I can't believe she... do you remember what she did?
Yes, I remember what she did. I can't believe it lasted for so long. I think the comedian guy really saved that part.
Like my name is Jonishi Highway, so obviously I do like Keiichi, but that was... when I saw that, I went into kind of like a facepalm, kind of, because the skill that she brought in was alien talk. Like, she sounds like she's speaking an alien language, and you probably, you can probably hear her do it like on her Google Plus talks.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, she does it a lot. But
yeah, she does it a lot. It's kind of like her joke.
She actually put it in the show, and it was just, oh man. I can't believe it lasted as long as it did.
Yeah, did the hosts decide that was like a limit breaking kind of thing? I forgot.
Yeah, well, it's not always serious.
Yeah.
But like I think the goal was that she wanted to convey which ball that they were going to pick out of the box.
Yeah.
And somehow she did. Like I have no idea how. and at this point, I don't really care. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah. And Aika was also there. You like Aika a lot, right?
Oh yeah, I definitely like Aika.
Yeah.
She was moonwalking. It wasn't very good though. I don't know if it, like I was looking at her shoes and I'm like, those aren't very good moonwalking shoes, but good luck.
Did she? I don't remember too clearly, but did she do moonwalk on the episode of Manabu-kun? I know Fuchan did it.
That was Uka.
Oh, that was Uka. Okay, it was Uka and Fuchan. Yeah.
Yeah. So Akarin did a pogo stick obstacle course, and then they had Aika moonwalk around the obstacle course.
Yeah. And
overall,
also Hako was there.
Yeah, she was demonstrating her goldfish. We don't have them here, but like during summer festivals, like they'll have like this paper net or something, and they have to catch as many goldfish. Or I guess they just try and catch one. But like if you put the paper in the water, like it gets wet, and then like if you have the goldfish on the paper, then the paper breaks and whatever.
It takes a lot of skill. I mean, it looks like it does. I've never tried it, have you?
No. Well,
yeah.
I feel bad because if I win a goldfish, like I'm not gonna take care of it, so I'm like I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, they also have other versions. Like sometimes they just fish like plastic balls out of the water instead of actual goldfish. Yeah, but I guess if you watch a lot of idol shows, some of the girls are really good at it.
Yeah. So Hako, I think, caught like 91 with 5 of the paper things. But that was, I don't know. If you consider what's been happening with Hako lately, it's been really weird. Because like she kind of cried at the end of the show, and I was like, I don't know if those are real or not. I don't know how much of this is staged.
Because like she said her goal was to fish 300 goldfish with just 5 of those little paper. What do you call them? Paper fisher things.
I just say nets. I don't even know if they're nets, but I'll just call them nets.
Yeah, and I guess like all 5 of those broke when she after she fished like 90 of them, and then I guess she kind of just left the studio on her own and then just cried off somewhere.
Yeah. But I don't know if that was staged or not. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they might have been kind of building a character like that, just, like a girl that you feel sorry for. I don't know if that's the right way to put it.
Anyway, that was a good episode. Check it out if you like what we described.
I really liked it. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah. Overall, I think Genkai Top was a really good show. It's only broadcast every month, once a month, so...
Yeah. Oh, and also Kanekichi was there. She was the host. Yeah. We forgot to mention her. What did she do again?
She carved that watermelon into a rose.
Oh, that was really, really good.
Just saying that made it sound really impressive.
It was super good, so you should check it out if you haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check that out. Man, we still have a lot more news to go through. Yeah. Hopefully it won't take that long. Jonishi K, she posted a picture where she cut her hair, but then she really did not cut her hair. It was a trap.
Yeah. I think some people liked the idea of her with short hair. Some people might have freaked out, but either way, it didn't actually happen. So.
Yeah, I was at it's like a gathering of like local fans, and I was just like lying down on the couch or something because I ate so much shabu shabu. And somebody's like, "Hey man, did you know like Keiichi cut her hair?" I'm like, "Oh, really?" Like I don't really care. And they showed me the picture. I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's good." And then the next day, like I go and I read like Japanese forums and stuff, and I was like, "Hey, there's another picture of Kei," and it's like, "Oh, like I didn't really cut my hair." I'm like, "All right, I guess."
Damn it, damn her. I mean, a lot of them. Sayaka cut her hair a long time ago, and Yuki cut her hair. I like them both with short hair better, actually. Yeah, but I'm sure there's other people who prefer long hair, and that's fine.
I mean, for me, whatever hair they want, like they can have it.
Yeah.
I'm not their boss. They can do whatever they want with their hair.
Yeah, I do prefer if they keep it not dyed. I guess the whole Kurokami thing, I like that a lot. Yeah.
I think it depends on the girl. Sometimes they dye it and it looks terrible. It does
depend on their personality too. Some of them might be better off.
I mean, I think Momoko's hair looks rad.
Yeah.
But if somebody else did that, I'd be like,
Yeah, she just stands out like wherever she is because of that hair of hers.
Anyway, let's keep moving on.
Yeah.
Fu-chan posted a picture on her Google Plus, and she said she went there with a very special friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then right next to, she took a picture, I think next to it was at the Universal Studios Japan, so they have the Hogwarts exhibit. And right next to her was Kayla. So Kayla appears once again.
Yeah, she's been showing up in a lot of the other girls' pictures, I think. Yeah, that's cool. Fu-chan is also like a big Harry Potter fan.
Yeah, really? I don't know.
I think I remember like on her Google Plus, it was like a Harry Potter picture for a very long time. That was her, right?
I don't know. That's why I asked you.
I'm pretty sure it was Fu-chan. I think on her she had like a picture of like Ron Weasley or something.
Oh, well, if you say so, and if not, then we'll have corrections for the next show.
I hope I'm not wrong. Anyway.
She's also really tight with Kayla. She's like one of the... Kayla's like one of those girls...
Yeah.
Because Fu-chan usually doesn't take pictures with other girls, but she'd always post pictures of her and Kayla, so...
Yeah, it's too bad Kayla's gone.
That's interesting to note.
Yeah. And also in news, Akari just did her 300th theater performance. So that was pretty cool.
It's too bad we don't know what that means in the whole grand scheme of things.
I mean, you could probably do a research, like what's the average number of times an NMB girl has performed at a theater, but it sounds like a lot.
Yeah, we do enough research anyway.
Yeah.
Also, like I didn't add it in our show outline, but it was also Fu-chan's 200th performance, so I don't know what that means either.
Oh. Sounds like a lot to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, I've been working at the same place for 7 years, so I don't know I don't know that. I don't know what that means either.
Right. And also Sayaka was, I guess she was in another. Mizuno is it's like, what is it? Is it like a sports like?
Yeah, it's a sports brand, like
Yeah, it's a sports brand.
Nike, Adidas, or Adidas, wherever you're from. I don't know.
Yeah, she was in another commercial, right?
I don't know if it's a commercial. It's definitely a promotion where she like managed the team for a day or something.
Yeah, like a soccer manager, that kind of, or football manager if you're not American.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So there are pictures of that event. Some people are like, "Oh my gosh, she's so cute as a manager." Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
right.
All right.
She seems like the type.
Yeah. She seems like the type that could do anything. So
That's true. Yeah.
at least this time when she's kicking the soccer ball around, it was with regular shoes and not high heels like at the summer festival.
Oh, does she? Oh, right.
Well, I don't know how long she did it, but there's a picture of her kicking a soccer ball with high heels, and I'm like, all right.
I wish I was there. Summer festival.
Yeah, our friend Tom was there. Damn it, Tom.
Yeah, lucky. Also, there's one last bit of news. Yukirin, she's also NMB, remember? Yukirin,
Really?
Oh yeah, she is. Didn't you know?
Oh wow.
Yeah, Yukirin, her radio show, Yukirin Time, it just reached the 100th episode, so congratulations, I guess. Yeah. She didn't do anything too special. She had like a little segment where she was like guessing songs from a Morning Musume, just by like an intro. I think she got all of them right. So I guess she was like a big Idol fan before she joined.
Yeah, well, I think she still is a big Idol fan. I remember in her birthday show that she talked about going to like one of the Morning Musume graduations, Sakipi or Konosaki. So yeah. They're huge. Both of them are huge Idol fans. So
I think a lot of girls were Idol fans before they joined.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that's it for news.
That'll wrap up our news section. Hopefully you are now well informed of the activities of NMB.
Yeah.
Now we move on to our Okonomi Talk. Luckily, DJ Soymilk isn't here to insist that it's called Taki, whatever Taki is.
Okonomi Taki.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
So this is Okonomi Talk. Basically talk about something that has piqued our interest lately for some reason, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So I'll start first. On YNN, they had a cooking special where they had 4 girls like make a dish. And Yamaurina, also known as Yamarina, she made a pasta dish. And one of my friends is a big fan of Yamarina, and he's like, when they debuted the dish at the AKB cafe, and they showed the menu, my friend's like, oh, I want to eat it. And I'm like, that looks kind of terrible. I bet I can make it. And he's like, oh, will you make it for me? I'm like, all right, sure.
What kind of pasta was it?
So the pasta spaghetti, it has clam chowder in it. It has mentaiko in it.
Okay.
It has seaweed on it. Well, I mean, mentaiko pasta is actually
yeah.
It's like a common Japanese pasta for whatever reason.
All right.
It had this one tofu. I think it's called yude or yuba. I forget. Yuba sounds right. Anyway, it's like when you boil soy milk, like there's like a residue on top, and they take that. Something weird like that.
Huh.
I can't believe I found it here in LA. I found it.
So you were able to make it?
I was able to make it. I didn't taste it because I was so scared. I was like, I have no idea what this is gonna taste like. Apparently it was good. That's what my friend said. My friends who don't even know who Yamarina was tried my pasta. They said it's all right. I'll post pictures of it. It doesn't really look that great. I think instead of because it has nori on it, or the seaweed, and I should have used the shredded one, but I ran out, so I just like cut off sheets of nori. I don't think that mixed very well. Anyway, so I made Yamarina pasta, and apparently it was tasty.
That's interesting. I honestly have no idea how it would taste.
Well, neither do I. I was too scared.
Yeah, well, so I guess try it if you want to see what it tastes like.
Or you can see my pictures and then figure out what it tastes like. I mean, it's clam chowder mentaiko pasta, I guess.
Is it clam chowder soup? Like you just pour it over, or?
Well, I bought the. I just copied what she did on the show. So basically, she bought a clam chowder in a can.
Huh. Right.
So and then she like put it in a skillet and then she warmed it up and then I put milk in there too. I don't know why, but I put milk in there because she put milk in there.
Huh.
I have no idea what it did.
Guess it's authentic.
Yeah, we need Alton Brown to come save us.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my story. That's my Okonomi talk.
So I guess my turn. So I just kind of wanted to bring some awareness to NMB radio shows. I know a lot of foreign fans would probably find it kind of difficult to listen to them because, I guess it requires a certain level of Japanese comprehension. But, like, I think you do miss out on a lot if you don't listen to the radio shows because the girls really show like a complete different personality as to like what you see on TV. And like for example, like I feel like Miruki, even on the Listen radio show that she did earlier this week, I feel like it was more of a character where she's just it was like a character you build for TV variety shows, but on a lot of NMB radio shows you get to hear the girls in like a more honest kind of way and you find out more about them. So Joe, you listen to them too, right?
I listened to a couple. This morning I listened to the one. I listened to her Teppen, or I listened to Akarin and Airi on Teppen Radio, whatever you want to call it.
I think that is like the most popular radio show for NMB, right? Pretty much.
I thought it was. I mean, I used to listen to the Sayaka Nana one, but then Sayaka left for Jonishi. And they brought in Monster Engine for over Chidori. I don't even. Oh, NMB Gakuen.
Yeah.
That was alright.
Yeah, I like Teppen Radio. Like, I think they talk about stuff that your party's never gonna hear them anywhere else. Like, say, like even on like Google Plus or whatever. It's like, I mean, I know Miruki talked about like her old crush in school, which you're probably never gonna hear her say that anywhere else.
Well, I think one thing that is good is that it's probably one of the only formats where it's not edited, right? Google Plus has to go through an editor. Or maybe variety shows, obviously all the scenes are cut and edited in a way that favors whatever they want to favor.
Yeah, and it's a really good show. Like, I mean, Akane's also doing a really good job now, I think. In some ways she actually does it better than Miruki. They kind of developed different characters. Akane's like super bubbly. And the Miruki, sometimes she's like really rebellious. Like, I know, like the show director would, make her say stuff, but then, sometimes if she doesn't feel like it, she would just be like, next topic. Yeah. And also, some of the new generation members, I think, when they're on the show, there is this one corner, and it's called, basically, they would pick kashiramuji. It means like the first letter of a word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like they would think of a word that begins with that letter, and then they would start to like talk about it for a little bit. But recently, like a bunch of AKB new generation girls, they went on the show, and the kashinamoji, it's written in kanji, and these girls have no idea how it's read, so they all made the same mistake. They all called it atamamoji, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Kashida is actually a really rare reading for that kanji.
I know, yeah. Like I like if I I look at it, I would think atamamoji. I think if I didn't know about.
Yeah, I'd probably say zo-moji, but
yeah, and like it was Nagisa and Yuri who made the mistake, and then Miruki was just like hearing them do that, they were like, oh, Miruki was like, NMB's new generations, you guys need to work harder.
Iso Kanaya also tripped over that.
Yeah, and it's funny because like all three mistakes were made in the presence of Miruki.
Yeah.
It's a funny coincidence. Yeah.
And she's super competitive, so.
You can hear it, yeah, you can really hear it from her tone. Like she really wants NMB to succeed, she wants herself to succeed. Yeah, there's a lot on radio shows, and if you speak a little bit of Japanese, or if you're learning Japanese, I really recommend you just, you can just download the shows as MP3s and then just put them on your like MP3 player when you go work out, or like listen to them in your car or whatever. It's also a good way to learn Japanese.
Yeah, it really helps because you can't use visual context to figure out what they're saying.
Yeah.
There's that too.
Yeah.
Anyway, that'll wrap up Okonomi Talk.
Yes.
We put the nori on, we put the okaka on. No more okonomi, yaki, taki. Alright, moving on. Our Kininaru section.
Kininaru.
Kininaru, this is a section where we talk about our member of the week, because I guess we're doing this every week.
Seems to work. It seems to work out. Why not?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, because like people were really surprised when it came out with the second episode. But anyway, this is the section of the show where we talk about a member that we like, or a member who might not be highlighted. Or basically a member we just want to talk about for the podcast. Alright, leave me alone. So this week's member is
Ota Yuuri.
Alright, so tell me about Ota Yuuri.
Well, you see, like, I learned about Ota Yuuri because of one of our Teppen Subs members, Zeroshiki. I think he was like the first Ota Yuuri fan that I know. He knew her before she started getting pushed as like a next generation Ace member. Yeah. So Yuuri is 15 years old. She just turned 15, right? Because I remember she was like 14, like maybe just 2 months ago.
I think so.
Yeah, and she's also from Nara, so the same place as Miruki. And
that's important, by the way.
That's
you
important.
Always want to you want to know like hometowns of people, in because for some reason they have a lot of pride in them.
Yeah.
Except if they're from Tokyo, no one cares if they're from Tokyo.
Yeah, the Jimoto girls. Yeah. So what else is there about Yuuri?
Well, she passed the 3rd gen auditions, I think. When was it? I want to say the end of 2012, but that doesn't sound right. Maybe it does. She wasn't picked for the 3rd gen stage, Aitakata, and she didn't actually appear until a month after the Shonichi of that stage. So she was actually a late starter. Eventually, when B2 was formed, she was selected for B2. And then she got shuffled to N in the grand shuffle that happened. When was that? Like April?
Yeah.
So in the grand shuffle, she moved from B2 to Team N. And one reason why she's kind of relevant lately is because she's in the Senbatsu for Ibiza Girl.
Yeah, she's just exploded. She's in everything now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's also in other things. For example, on Teppen Totana, there's a song called Namakuji Hato.
Was she one of the Teppotai members? Or?
Well, I don't know which Teppotai she was in. For sure, she was in the last one, Yamae Iko.
Yeah.
But that song Namakuji Hot, that was the Cho Idol Senbatsu, so they had like all these idol-looking girls. So it had Miruki as the center, Aika was in it, Kayla was in it, like Ri-chan. It was a pretty prestigious group, so for her to break in, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's funny that you would say like Cho Idol because Yuuri actually, she wants to be a model. Like, when she was guest star on a Teppen radio, and they were talking about her, and then Yuuri, I think she just said something along the lines of like her role model is Akarin, who is like a really tall, like really fashionable model type. And, you know, like Yuuri right now, like you look at her, you're like, oh, she's like a typical bubbly idol type, but she can't wait to grow older. Like, she wants to become a fashion model.
She's actually pretty tall. Like, if you
She is really tall. She's only like 15, and she's like, I want to say 160 centimeters. I don't know. I should look at this up, but she's definitely one of the taller girls. And she's still growing.
Yeah. We were like, you saw the last Gainin episode, right?
Yeah.
Where they did this the Manzai, and she's standing next to Lemon and Momoka.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, if you had to play a guessing game of who's the oldest in this group, I think you'd lose.
Yeah, I think wasn't there like a picture of it was just the girls from the back, and then like Lemon looked like a little daughter of like the girl who's walking right up next to her.
Oh yeah, that was Nagisa.
Nagisa. Yeah, Nagisa's also super tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these girls are still growing, so who knows?
Yeah. I think Nagisa's done with. She's like what? I think she just turned 18, so
yeah.
maybe her growth spurt's not.
She might still have a few more centimeters.
I don't know. What else about Yuuri?
Yeah, she joined NMB after watching them perform on TV and magazines. I think she did see them on Star Hime and I think Docking too.
I don't know. If she was watching Docking, I would have gotten mad and told her to go to bed.
Yeah.
That show was on at like 2 a.m.
Yeah. And she reads a lot of fashion magazines.
Yeah. She used to be really bad at dancing. I don't know. I didn't watch like when she was a part of Aitakata or like the early stages of, or I didn't even watch the first Team B2 stage. But supposedly she was really bad at dancing. But if you watch her now, she's actually like really improved. I mean, she can perform the Team N stage, which is already a big deal.
Yeah, her unit is the O'Neill, right? Like,
yeah,
she took on after Mioling left to B2.
But even then, like some of the other songs in the Team N stage, like they're really demanding.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's probably why there aren't that many Kenkyusei subbing in for Team N.
Yeah. And also on stage shows, she Yuri has kind of built a reputation on being like just really mean. She's always insulting someone, it feels like.
I don't think she's like mean, like
okay, maybe not insulting. Maybe
she's just the word I kept seeing was candid.
That's fair, yeah.
She's very honest and upfront.
Yeah.
But it's also very funny. She's one of the better talkers in or she was one of the better talkers in the old Team B2. So she kind of carried them a little bit in MCs.
Mm. That's probably why she was popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our boy Zero, he said like he went to a live event and I forgot who else was with her, but I think 2 other NMB members were with her, and like she just spoke circles around them. There's a very clear difference in talking between her and like the other 2 members, whoever those members are. I don't know.
Yeah.
One thing she's known for, Kono Saki, also known as Saki P, when they were on B2, they were rooming together along with Shu, and all of a sudden like Yuri just says, "Hey, like Saki P's face right now looks like a garbage can."
I would call that mean. That's not candid. Did she explain why?
Nope. And she was just like, yeah, I could kind of see that.
Just garbage can.
Yeah, just garbage can face, dude. Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how like the fans got to know. Maybe she posted about it in Google Plus or something. But that's one thing she's known for. Another thing she's known for is there's this picture of her eating onigiri, and it's super photogenic. Like I'll post a picture. Like it was so good that Hako Kurokawa Hazuki like made it her banner photo.
Is it still her banner photo?
I don't know. I'll have to check.
Yeah.
But it was her banner photo for a really long time.
And Yuri was also part of the Shimada Auto commercials.
Yeah.
Shimada Auto it's based in Nara, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they had all the members. Were all the members from Nara?
Yeah. So it was Miruki as the lead. It had Yuri. It had Uno Mizuki, Nakano Reina, and Ota Yuuri.
Yeah, I like those commercials a lot.
Yeah, the latest one had Milky like trying to pretend to parallel park, and she like slammed into Nakano Reina. And then you could just see like Yuri in the back, like kind of trying really hard not to laugh.
Yeah, you can probably find those videos on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
or if you also drop a link. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll post it on the show notes on Tumblr.
Yeah, so it was just all the Nala girls.
Yeah, so that wraps up our Kini Naru section.
Yay!
We'll post the onigiri picture of Yuri, which is undoubtedly her most famous photo. And actually, that's the end of our show.
Yay!
That's a lot longer. Again, it was a lot longer than I thought, man.
Was it? How long was it?
I don't know. Well, my recording it says 59 minutes, but I think we have to cut out some stuff.
Alright.
But even then, like 15 minutes, like, oh man, we just barely made it. But that's the end of our show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week, or next episode, I'm going to have some other friends on. They're more general 48 group fans, so I'll be trying to introduce more about NMB to them, seeing how they react, what typical 48 group fans expect from NMB or expect out of the idol groups, and maybe I can convince them to like NMB more. I know I convinced one of them to like Hayashi Momoka.
Huh.
So,
How did you do it? How did you accomplish that task?
So I got a bunch of like theater edition CDs because of the handshake tickets.
Oh yeah.
I had like all these photos, right? Again, I don't collect photos, so I just give them out. And you know, some people like took all the photos, right? So I was like, oh, I want Akari, I want Miruki, blah, blah, blah. And then I had like all these like leftover photos.
Yeah.
So I go up to him, I'm like, oh man, nobody wants this girl. Like, don't you want like this girl? And he's like, oh, she's kind of cute, I'll take it. I'm like, all right. And I'm like, oh, do you know anything about her? He's like, oh, not really. So I'm like, oh, so like later on, I'm like, oh, this is what she's all about. Like, she just punches the crap out of people. It's like, oh man, like I like this girl already. And then
Success.
like, and then he watched the Mecha Baito episode, the one where they watch people's like heads.
Oh, the first episode, right? Oh wait, no, that's not. Was it last week? Or the week before?
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, it's super recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh man, I know that girl. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. I did my job.
Good job, Joe. Yeah.
So next episode will be with Basugatsu Bakuhatsu. They're my homies over here in SoCal.
Ooh.
I've also decided that we're gonna do weekly broadcasts, so we'll probably upload every episode on Friday. Usually I record on Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe Thursday, depending on how things work out. So check us out.
Yay!
I guess. And that's it. Any final words? How'd you like casting?
It's exciting. I hope people don't hate me because I'm not DJ Soymilk.
Yeah, we have big shoes to fill, man.
Yeah, right.
Female fans, man. Female fans, they're so cool.
Yeah. So, like, maybe I'll come back in some future shows, but hopefully DJ Soymilk will also come back.
Yeah, maybe you can cast with Soymilk when I'm away frolicking in Japan.
Oh, you're there for the which event are you there for?
No, just a handshake event. I thought there was gonna be a concert, but there's no concert.
Oh, it's still pretty good. I still have yet to be to a handshake event. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
So yeah, Soymilk's gonna come back, and then she's probably gonna tell you guys what she did in Japan. So that's pretty exciting.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so this is Takoyaki Party. I don't even think I said what we are in the beginning of the show because I forgot. I was so excited. This is Takoyaki Party. I'm Osaka Joe. I'm here with Jonishi Highway.
Yeah, and we're also Toppa subs, so find us on Tumblr.
Yes. All right. So, good night, everybody, or good day, or whenever you're listening to this.
Good night.